High interest rates, slow markets, buyers struggling to qualify. If you are a seller right now, the traditional path of listing a home can feel like a total headache today. And sometimes it's simply not an option. But what if I told you that there are proven strategies to bypass banks, sell your property faster, and often for a higher price?
Enter Talks.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Enter Talks. I am Davyd Kyrylyuk, and as a real estate investor, I know the frustration you feel when the conventional market slows down. Today we are outlining the world of creative financing. This is the powerful tool smart sellers and investors use when the market gets tough or when property is not bank ready. We are going to explore 6 key strategies from becoming a bank yourself with seller financing strategy to the non-headache approach of selling as is, even if your property has tenants, good tenants or bad tenants, or needs major repairs. Stay tuned. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which of these options can help you get more money, more faster, and financially eliminate the stress of selling your property. First up, seller financing. This is a straightforward. The seller steps in as the lender and becomes a bank. The property title transfers to the buyer, and instead of making payments to a large bank, the buyer makes monthly payments plus interest directly to you, the seller. Why sellers find this appealing? You can command a higher final sale price because you are offering competitive, flexible terms. You generate a steady stream of monthly income plus interest. Your sidestep agents, banks, appraisal, and many of the usual closing cost expenses. You attract buyers who have the income for monthly payment, but they might not be qualified for a traditional mortgage. And for paid-off homes, you may get more favorable tax treatment by spreading your income over several years. This strategy is perfect for homes with significant equity. Next, we have subject to deal. This is when the buyer takes ownership of the property, but the seller's original mortgage stays in place. The investor or new buyer then makes the required mortgage payments on your behalf monthly. This is often a lifesaver for the seller who need quickly stop a foreclosure or behind on payments and want to protect their credit, have little or no equity, but needs to walk away immediately because he is moving to another state or some circumstances change in his life. The transaction is fast and the seller typically pays no closing costs. It's one of the fastest routes to selling without bank involvement. The more information you can find on our YouTube channel on a topic subject to. A wraparound mortgage merges the best of both worlds. The seller keeps their existing mortgage, but then creates a new larger loan for the buyer that wraps around the existing one. The buyer pays the seller, and the seller uses a portion of that payment to cover their underlying mortgage. The primary benefit here: the seller earns interest on the full amount of the new loan, not just on their equity. This means you profit even if the rate you charge the buyer is just slightly higher than your original mortgage rate. It's a powerful way to offer flexible terms and maximize your interest earnings. If you are finding this strategy is helpful for your situation, do me a favor. Take just 1 second to tap the like button below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve of real estate and investment knowledge, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon so you never miss an update from Enter Talks. Our first option is a lease option, often called rent-to-own. This is a fantastic bridge for a potential buyer who needs time to prepare for a traditional mortgage. Maybe they need to build their credit, save a larger down payment, or stabilize their income documentation. Here's how the agreement works. The tenant signs a standard lease agreement. Crucially, they also sign an option agreement that grants them the right, but not the obligation, to purchase the home later in a specific period of time. They pay a non-refundable option fee upfront. Often a portion of their monthly rent is credited towards their future down payment. When they are finally mortgage ready, they buy the property at the price agreed upon at the start of the deal. When they sign agreement, why sellers appreciate this strategy? You get money upfront via the option fee. You secure your higher than average rental income, and you attract tenants who are more likely to care for the property. Plus, if the tenant chooses not to buy, you keep the option fee, whatever they paid, and the higher rent, and you can start the process over and over and over again. One of the biggest advantages of working with investors who utilize creative financing is ability to sell completely as is. This means no repairs, no cleaning, no inspections, and no showings. Investors are equipped to purchase properties that require significant structural and foundational repairs, are severely outdated, with old systems like roofing, plumbing, are inherited and still full of belongings, or are currently mid-remodel. The reason this works is simple. Investors see potential. They don't see problems. And because creative financing strategies do not rely on a bank approval, investors can offer seller a better price than traditional cash buyers, who are locked into bank valuation models. Let's talk about nightmare scenario. Selling a property with a problem tenant. This can be completely derail a traditional sale, but not a creative financing deal. Investors regularly buy properties with non-paying or consistently late tenants, active eviction in process, difficult situations involving hoarders or family members refusing to move out. Why is this possible? Because the investors is equipped to take over the headache. They are ready to manage legal evictions, negotiate cash for keys agreements, and handle post-tenancy renovations. For you as seller, this means you do not have to fix the tenant situation. You just sell the property and walk away from the stress. We have purchased a house with tenants who have not been paying for the property for a long period of time. We like evictions. We know what to do. We know the procedure. So when we buy a property with non-paying tenants, we already know the steps, what we do. And we take advantage because we have a knowledgeable advantage. We know what tenant can do, what tenant cannot do. So when we get a property with non-paying tenants, we understand that the tenants most likely sophisticated. So we deal with them also sophisticated. Creative financing fundamentally changes the game, giving sellers viable alternatives, especially when the interest rates are high and qualified buyers are scarce. Whether your goal is to generate monthly income, secure a high overall sale price, gain fast relief from payments, avoid a foreclosure, or simply sell a home with major repairs needed or difficult tenants, there is a strategy here that fits your unique situation. If you would like help figuring out which specific option aligns best with you, reach out to my contact. Information is in the description below. Thanks for watching Enter Talks, and I'll see you in the next video.